Hey founders, Brian Hanley here coming to you from Boombox Ads. I'm here to talk about today when to know whether you should keep building that product or not. When to know whether if that product you're building is worth deploying engineers' time and the money behind it to do that, or when to say, let's try something else. When you're a startup, especially if you're venture backed, you don't have unlimited time and money and engineers to build something. So, when you actually do build something, you need to know really quickly and get some signal as to whether this is viable or not. Will this actually, first, don't even worry about scaling. The first thing you need to worry about is this something that people want? Are there any factors that indicate whether or not it's a viable path for growth? So that's sometimes that gets founders tripped up. So why should you listen to me? I'm the former head of marketing at Televi, Y Combinator backed startup that got acquired by Citricom in January of 2025. The head of marketing, worked everything from soup to nuts. They're still running my ads and they're still pulling. So how to see if your product is worth continuing to build. So first thing, you have to make sure the product works, right? Make sure it actually solves the problem. It doesn't have like so many bugs that every user is going to be like, hey, what about this? What about that? But I'm going to assume that you're, a serious founder and you have a non-buggy product. So once you get past that, the next thing to figure out is, do people want this? And a lot of startups don't know where to start, which is one of the things that I help solve. Do people want this? And the quickest way to get signal is to spend a few $1,000s on ads to see if people actually will pay for what you're selling. Now, there's a bit of an art and science to writing copy and writing ads so that they actually get your point across. But you can speak to someone like me, you can speak to any experienced marketer who can get your point across in front of customers, and you can do that via Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, or any number of ways, right? But this is not to say that this will be your be-all, end-all sales channel, but this is just where you're going to start, so you can see, are people interested? That's one of the things I did at my last startup, where we tested to see, will people buy this? You can also do cold email. And it only takes a few $1,000s to get signal. By the time you have 1,000 impressions, you have enough of an indication as to whether the way you're saying it is resonating with people. And once you have a few thousand impressions, forget about the clicks or the sales or anything like that, but just getting impressions, you see whether people are responding. 1,000 is a decent enough sample size of the right people. So, the first thing you want to find out is, are you getting signal? And then the second thing is, will people pay for it? Now, a lot of times startups want to start off with a free trial so they can get data. You're going to do a free trial to get data. That sounds good in theory, but in practice, it doesn't work so well, because a free trial person's data is essentially fake. They don't treat it the same way a paying customer would. So your best bet is to get people to pay for your product and then get data from there. Even if it's not your ultimate final price that you're going to use, just getting people to pull out their credit card and commit to your product is a major signal. So if you can do those things, like once you get signal and then have people actually pay, from there you can get a ton of data that's useful, that will help you in your journey to scaling. So like and subscribe and follow me for more startup marketing tips. Thanks.